Hi there, Capricorn. Hope you guys are having a great January. This is your mid-month January reading pertaining to the middle portion of the month as well as the last 2 weeks. This wanted to come out, so I'm gonna let them pop out there. Okay, so we're going to be doing the Celtic cross spread, having your deep past card here, followed by the recent past, then your current state, advice position, near future, hopes and or fears, the final outcome. Then we're going to have 3 cards crowning the reading. The first being the energy that you harnessed that helped lead to your current state, followed by the environmental energies that lay sort of at your feet as you move through the month. And finally, at the very top right corner here, we're going to have your energetic pathway card. Okay, sort of energetic next phase that you're moving into. So that wanted to slide right out. Okay, Aquarius got these 2 cards, just to throw that out there. Okay. That wants to come right out too. Okay, we're ready. Deep past. Recent past. Ooh. Another sign got this exact card in the same position. So, I believe, yes. Okay. Current state. Wow. I believe Taurus. Taurus got the same card in the same position and the same orientation as well. Aquarius got the same card here, but not here, sorry, actually, in their deep past. This is in your near future. This is your hopes and or your fears. This is your final outcome. This is the energy that you stepped into that helped lead you to your current state. Interesting. A lot of these cards Aquarius got, okay? But they got the Lovers in reverse in a different position. They got the Nine of Swords in this position in reverse. So that could potentially be an overlapping of energy for some of you. And they also got the Ace of Swords. Very curious, but they did have it in reverse as well and in this position, okay? Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot upright. So, below the Chariot, Daughter of Cups, below the Daughter of Cups is the Two of Wands, upright. Now the Daughter of Cups is in reverse. So, let's take a look here at the energies at play and the elements that we are presented with. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, 5 major arcana, 6, considering those that sort of wanted to pop out in the very beginning, okay? So major arcana speak to significant transformational energy, right? The sort of macro transformation of our being, okay? And aside from that sort of, it seems, overriding emphasis on a grander scheme of change, as it relates to your persona, how you appear in the world. In addition to that, we have an emphasis on pentacles, okay, which is unsurprising due to the fact that you are Capricorn, right? Earth energy, very much oftentimes focused on goals and achieving them. So, right, you have this Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, forming the top half of this sandwich of this Cups energy, and the bottom is the World, right? So sort of the harnessing of your place in the world seems to be somehow involved with the upkeep of emotions, okay? And Aquarius got a very similar sort of theme that was running through their spread. Really, as do a lot of the signs, it seems, for this month. Right? It's about the fusion of elements. Okay. And the recognition of various aspects of our being, right? Emotional, physical, psychological. It's the coming together of all of these various aspects that comprise us that I think is really a prominent theme for many signs. So, moving forward elementally, right? You have 3 Swords cards. Two Cups cards, 3 including this Daughter of Cups in reverse. And 1 Wands card. Okay, so let's get right into it. In your deep past, it seems that perhaps there was a disappointment with some sort of aspect of your financial or career concerned efforts, involvements, okay? And perhaps that left you somewhat disenchanted, somewhat feeling at a loss, somewhat feeling out of suit, right? Even perhaps less intuitive. Feeling that you don't really have a secure footing and foothold in the situation. That was in your recent and deep past. You then stepped into the energy of the Hermit, okay? Which is a rather introspective energy, one that's intuitive, right? Really drawing within yourself, taking the time to sit in reclusion, to sit in the quiet of your mind and ruminate and listen to what is true to you, right? What does your intuition tell you? It's the thinking before the doing, right? It's a 9. It's almost at a 10. It's almost at culmination and bringing things about, right? It's the thinking before acting. So perhaps this situation led you to take this moment of repose, take this moment of solitude to really reflect. Okay, it's a very reflective card. Reflect on how to move forward maybe, or what went wrong, right? Or just really to regather your strength or your sense of strength, okay, and connect to your intuition more closely. And so stepping into that Hermit energy, you then, and now currently, are in this 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so perhaps this feeling of introspection, this period of introspection, has led you to perhaps contemplate, right, this revival, this rising up from the ashes sort of feeling of past efforts that perhaps didn't really manifest, didn't create something, right, in the end. But right? Sort of waiting on the flight, waiting, still taking the time to reflect and sit in your thoughts even before you take this action. Okay? Now, this could even be speaking to the past, the reflection of the past efforts, okay, that were taken, but not necessarily taking action quite yet on the past and the reflection of it, or the conclusions that you're coming to, perhaps. Let's get further into the spread before we further analyze those two cards. But in your advice position, you have the Two of Pentacles, and let's just make sure we are recording. Okay, excellent. So the Two of Pentacles in reverse, right? Speaking to, again, this sense of stagnancy, right? The beckoning to take a closer look at what brings you balance. Okay? In a way that is reflective, right? This butterfly is not flying up, neither is this one. It's a more reflective state, especially given the Hermit's energy. I think it is feeding into these energies. Okay? And, right, this. So, a period of reflection, of reflecting on even the foundation of what this was, of what this was, okay? The foundation of this venture. Now, moving into your near future, you have the Fool, okay? And the Fool speaks of the sort of embarking on a very new path, okay? One that speaks to our sense of hope and open-mindedness, the lack of judgment and expectation, right? Right side up, taking a look at this card, it's just a little baby chick, right? On this branch, ready to go and explore the world with a fresh set of eyes, right? So perhaps, right, you're preparing in some sense, or even yearning for this sort of new beginning, okay? This renewal, this revivement, this revival of sort of how you see yourself even. A renewal of character and path forward. The strength to embark on this new journey. Perhaps that is what is being tied together, because even color-wise, right? The colors are somewhat similar on these two cards. It's speaking of sunshine, of strength, even within the Fool, as new and as young as this energy is, there is still strength in starting a path over, okay? So perhaps it's the summoning, the resummoning of strength, okay, by way of this reflective period that enables you to move forward, okay? So I feel that it is the slow progression into this fresh new start, okay? Then in your hopes and or your fears, you have the Mother of Swords upright. So this is a rather cold and calculating energy, one that is combative almost, right? Critical even, but very sharp, very aware. This could be a person in your midst that you sort of fear in terms of their reaction to this new beginning that you want to take. Because if you look at these two cards, right, energetically, and even in terms of the visuals of each card, they are so dramatically different. So different. The Fool rides on faith. The Fool rides on the freshness and the newness of the cycle, the hope, the enchantment, right? And even the imagination of what this journey can be. The Fool doesn't think, the Fool just goes, right? Takes the first step, takes the first leap. The Mother of Swords, by contrast, is firmly staked in her beliefs, right? She's the mother, right? She's a very mature suit, a very mature expression of the Swords energy, which is air energy. Air energy being the inner workings of the mind, the intellectual faculties and processes that take place, right? As a part of our analysis, right, of a subject. So it's a very analytical energy. It's a very contemplative energy, but in a way that's precise, that looks head on at what it's dealing with and at its situation at hand. So perhaps you want to take this new beginning, you want to take this leap of faith, but your hesitation is due to the sort of expectation of this Mother of Swords persona, of this rather brute, critical sort of I. Okay, so there's a blockage somewhat of energy that's not really allowing this new beginning to take place. This is a fixed perspective. This is a fixed, almost stubborn even, right, view of things, whereas this is a completely blank slate, being completely open to the possibilities that are abound. Okay, now moving into your final outcome, you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so swords and swords and swords. There is a sense of a communicative aspect, and one that can escalate fairly quickly, it seems. Okay, perhaps it is dealing with this Mother of Swords, okay, and one that will be initiated, right? One that you really do want to take this stand with, that you want to communicate about. You want to communicate about this new beginning. You want to be outspoken about it. You want to be the Chariot, right? Charging forward with confidence. Okay? And so, in a way, this Mother of Swords is even cornered in, right? Surrounded by this energy. So this can lead, right, if you do, and this is the energetic pathway that you're moving into, if you do harness this Ace of Swords energy, right, of wanting to really take the stand in communication, it can potentially escalate, and maybe in a messy way, right, even perhaps. It's